Hello, Yu-Gi-Oh! Tubers, JBuzzsaw79, bringing you another deck profile here. Originally, at one point, I had actually put this deck on channel and put it down as Ghostrick Swarm. I did some investigating, I'll call it, and found out that originally the deck was basically called stood for Pac-Man, which is pure advantage Camels Munch all Noobs. And then after looking into that, found out that there have been other people that have indeed gone ahead and continued slightly to make the connection between the like scarabs and locust, and using those cards with Ghostricks. And so I'd like to share my current build of the deck with you, and kind of go from there as to where I'm at and what exactly that means. So the first up is the glare still. 3 of the Deslicuda. This is the big draw on the deck. This is really actually, well, I got to put the duality, I suppose, but I mean, this is the one, because every turn you can flip it up, you draw a card. I mean, that is consistent, solid draw engine right there for you. So I mean, you can't ever go wrong with that, I don't believe. I'm running 3 Stealth Bird. Again, because the concept of the deck is to stay face down and then flip up and do stuff. Unfortunately, during one card, which we'll get into later on here, it sometimes doesn't do 1,000, it does 500. But we'll get into that later. But Stealth Bird, yeah, a really good card for this deck. I am running 2 Golem Sentry. Golem Sentry, when he flips up, returns a monster to their hand. He's 1800 defense. Real good card. Keep your board clean, so he's a compulse every turn, which is real nice. Running 2 Scarabs, and also 2 of the Locust. Locust destroys spell and traps when he's flipped up on opponent's field. Scarabs eats their monsters. I mean, that's just that simple. Currently in the deck, I am not actually running even a copy of MST. I'm only running this Locust. And then Scarabs gets away the monsters that can be destroyed that are more of a pain. So that's that side of it. We'll get into now the Ghostrick side of it. Currently I'm running double of Janshi. Janshi is, when flipped up, you count the number of Ghostricks on your side of the field, add a monster whose level is equal to or less than the number of Ghostricks. Most of the Ghostricks in the deck are 1s, so basically you put Janshi out, grab level 1, and go to town. I am going to also Ghostrick Stein. Stein is the one that says when he deals battle damage, you can go ahead and search for Ghostrick Spell or Trap, and then add that to your hand. So, and there are a couple of those in here. I'm running currently double copy of Mary. I may remove a Mary. The only reason why is because I'm running currently 2 copies of Frost. Or I might leave it at 2 Mary and just add the other Jack Frost in. That's another possibility. In this deck, Jack Frost is just freaking awesome. I do not run Lantern. I think Lantern is good. But Ghostrick Lantern has to be ran in a pure form of Ghostricks. Without running it in a pure form, Jack Frost is better. Because when they attack, you negate the attack and flip their monster down, and then you set Jack Frost. And that is just too good in this, especially in this deck right now. So yeah, I guess I am running 2 copies of MST. I didn't even realize. Boy, do I feel like a butt face. Alright, so, moving on to spells. I'm running 3 copies of Ghostrick Mansion. Mansion is awesome. You cannot attack face down cards while Mansion is on the field. You have to attack directly if that's all the player controls. All my stuff is face down, generally 98% of the time. You know, sometimes unless something weird happens. Yeah, at one point I actually did leave a monster face up in attack position once to have them attack it, and they did. And then they're like, "Why'd you do that?" And then they attacked again directly with their next monster, and I'm like, Jack Frost, and then that makes more sense because I didn't have any spots open on the field, so that was the premise there. I had to get rid of something, and you know, kind of just messed with them a little bit, which is fun. So, moving on as I usually do, I unfortunately have to proxy MST because I don't have apparently enough MSTs when I ever have 45 decks together. So, yeah, maybe I'll cut down one day and I'll have a deck that's not proxied MST. Yeah, here's hoping. Next up, I also have to run double proxy of duality. The reason why is because, well, I currently have dualities in my Smuchi deck, and I have duality in my Immortal Obelisk deck, and I have them in another deck, which that goes all 9 of mine. Currently, presuming I still keep this deck, which I lean towards, I will be purchasing an additional 3 copies of Duality 2, which will come in here. I will probably just put one in my bag, just in case I ever decide to run 3, or who knows. So, next up spell is Swords of Concealing Light, which is just really cool with this deck. Really helps out a lot. People are usually ready for it, and by the time they've prepared themselves and realize that I'm just stalling and flipping cards and stuff, then they're like, oh, well, that sucks. Because, you know, I play it, all your stuff goes face down for 2 turns, and it can't have its battle position change for those 2 turns. However, you can, of course, summon new stuff face up and then just do whatever you want, and it's perfectly fine with me. I don't really care. That's your thing there. So, the other thing I want to point out, which I'd forgotten, was over here on Mansion. That's Ghostrick Mansion's effect also says that all battle damage and effect damage is halved from non let me read it again. Monsters can attack face down position monsters, but they can attack monsters directly. All effect and battle damage inflicted by monsters other than Ghostrick is halved. So yeah, so that's why Stealth Bird is halved, just because of Ghostrick Mansion, which is, again, but still 500 a turn. So whatever. I did add in the 1 terraform and try to grab out the Mansion because that is very important. I might bump that up to 2. I've had one person tell me to run 2 terraform and then only 2 mansion, but I don't like that idea necessarily because the MST, I've only got the 2 mansions, but I understand the searching, so maybe I'll run 2 terraform and 3 mansion. That's also a possibility. So, traps. This is a big one for me, which is awesome. The magic cylinder at 3. Oh hell yeah! It's awesome because people are sitting there, and again, they're like, "Well, he's gonna," I'll just use the real example here. Somebody had out, I was playing a Blue Eyes deck. They put Blue Eyes out, and they're like, well, I'll just attack directly, and that's 15. And I'm like, oh, well, no, I'll Magic Cylinder it, because the Magic Cylinder negates your attack. So you activate it as soon as you basically declare the attack, Magic Cylinder. So it does not get halved under Mansion. So they take the full attack of their attack back to them. So that's frickin' awesome, I think, to take all that damage back. I like that. So people aren't ready for that at all. in any way. So next up, I run 2 Ghostrick Go Round. Ghostrick Go Round says that basically the idea behind it is when my opponent attacks, let's say they attack with like 2 monsters or something, activate Ghostrick Go Round, and I'll flip up 2 Ghostrick monsters that were set. My monsters come face up, yours go face down. So I've effectively stopped you from attacking me. And here's the fun part: next turn, because I can only do it once per turn. Don't think it. Let's read this once per turn during your battle phase. So yeah, I can only target 1 monster, but okay. So sorry. But like, for example, if you attack me directly, I can drop Jack and flip your monster down with Ghostrick Jack Frost. Set Jack Frost, you attack the other one. Ghostrick Go Around, flip Jack Frost up to attack position, then put the other one face down. So, effectively now I have booked 2 monsters face down. I have considered running, I'm going to cross out here just to get rid of stuff. That was one thought I had with this deck, just because I keep putting stuff down, just to take out certain monsters or problems, but, that could be too many cards, too. I'm running 2 Ghostrick Vanish. Ghostrick Vanish says reveal Ghostrick in your hand this turn. Ghostrick monsters you control and face down defense position monsters cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. So, sorry, I'm running 2 of those. I was just rereading that quick. So yeah, if you're sitting there, excuse me, like, at one point, I don't remember who it was, but they had played, I had flipped something out, like Lakota or something. They're like, aha, torrential! No, it wasn't even, it was, Jack Frost. I had played Swords of Concealing the turn before, and then flipped Jack Frost, and then they chained torrential to it, and I responded with Vanish, and I hadn't read that. I missed the part about face up Ghostricks, and I reread it, and I'm like, oh, that's even better. So I remembered reading that part. Running right now 2 Needle Ceiling. I've proxied this one because I didn't have enough, but I might be getting rid of that to run possibly another Ghostrick Go Round as a possibility. So, and then currently running the 1 Ceasefire. I just wanted to try it out since I'm running the cylinders anyway. And I'm probably going to run a second Ceasefire because, again, with the deck the way it is, it stalls, it seems, just enough that I can do shenanigan plays. And depending if you can get them out, and get everything running smoothly. One point, I forget who it was, they had sat there and they were lucky enough they MST'd every cylinder I've had set. And I'm like, wow, that really sucks. And then I drew the Ceasefire, but I had five spots out, with monsters already, so it was 2,500 on my side, and they had 4. And so they, in their draw phase, I had drawn the Ceasefire, set it, and their draw phase, I Ceasefired for 4,500, and that was they had spent, I forgot what it was. They had solemn warning me at one point, and took damage from that, and it attacked with something else, and I got one of the 3 Ceasefire cylinders off, and then I Ceasefired for game. And that was it. I didn't declare any attacks. I think I, negated 1 or 2 with Jack. But I had Lakota out, face down, Locust, 2 Jacks, and I don't remember the 5th card that was set. But yeah, so there's that deck for you. I really like it. It's a really good, fun stall deck. It does pull all noobs. It's a lot of fun. Frustrates a lot of people, which is really fun too, especially like the one person I played was playing Shadalls, and they got a little frustrated at me. So, but who was the other one? I think who I played this against. Cyber Dragons. I played this against. What are those called? The hang on, it's coming to me. Noble Knights. Noble Arm Knights, whatever the hell they're. Played against them. Harpies. So I have the Blue Eyes deck. I mean, I've only played it a few times since I've revamped it, but it's really good. Basically, every card in here is dirt cheap. So it's really a budget deck. Really a lot of fun. So thumbs up if you liked it. Thumbs down if you didn't. Go ahead and subscribe if you like. But most importantly, please spread the word and show somebody this video. Thanks.